Hello, in this video we are talking about working with Open Buildings dataset from Google Earth Engine and how we can download these data for our area of interest and work with these in QGIS. The Open Buildings, this is a new dataset that is available now on Google Earth Engine. You can access it just by clicking in the catalog. Let me do this. So if you click here and write Open Buildings, you'll find something called Open Buildings V3 polygons. So you click here and this is what you get. These are building footprints derived from high-resolution 50 centimeter satellite imagery. Contains 1.8 billion building detections in Africa, Latin America, Caribbean, South Asia, and Southeast Asia. Okay, so the whole data set is downloadable. It's, I think, 174 gigabyte for the building footprints and about 50 or 55 gigabytes for the centroids points. Okay, so this is the data set, and this is the feature collection, how to get the feature collection. So it's the name is google/research/openbuildings/v3/polygons. Now, the workflow for getting this data, first you need to have your area of interest digitized in a polygon, delineating the boundaries of this area of interest. And then the second step is to load the Open Buildings layer into the area of interest in Google Earth Engine using the usual JavaScript, or if you are working using Colab, you can use Python. Number three, you download your Open Buildings layer to your Google Drive folder in KMZ format. There are many formats available, including KML, GeoJSON, even Shape, but I was not successful downloading the shapefile format. So here I'm suggesting using KMZ. And then you download the file locally using your browser. You load the number 5, you load the KMZ file into your QGIS, and then number 6, you convert it into GeoPackage or shapefile. So the first step is to load your area of interest polygon. First you digitize your polygon covering the area of interest and save it into shapefile format. And then second, you import the shapefile as a table asset. And if for those who don't know what table asset means, this is the Google Earth lingo for vector datasets. So you download the vector dataset as a table asset, which will be the area of interest boundary polygon in our case. And then once you have it as an asset, you can use it later on. So I've chosen an area of interest that represents the center of Cairo, Egypt. This is what we call the golden triangle. It's not really a triangle, but it's the area between the three squares, the Tahrir square, the Ataba square, and the Ramses square. This triangle, but it takes an unusual shape here because there is another square here, more unknown square, the Abdelmenem Riyadh square. Anyway, so this is the area of interest. This is a polygon. I digitized it. I'm not going to go over how to digitize a polygon in QGIS, but basically I'll show you very quickly. Let's open QGIS. Now we click on layer, create layer. So you create a new layer, a new shapefile layer. Once you have your new shapefile layer, you click on edit. Once you click on edit, you can use the create new polygon tool here, add polygon feature, and then you just digitize, and then you unedit, you save, and here you have it. You have a shapefile. So this is your first step. Now the second step is to load this polygon as an asset. Now this is done in this way. In Google Earth Engine, you click on Assets, New, and then you select a table upload. And in the table upload, under table upload, you have two options. You have shapefiles and you have CSV files. So for shapefiles, you can either upload each of the components of the shapefile, or you can lump them into a zip file and then just download the zip file. And then once you click here, you get another dialog box, upload a new shapefile asset. You select the file. In my case, I selected Cairo downtown.zip. And then you determine the asset ID name, asset name, and you click upload. Let's do it. So here I'm going to click new, and I'm going to select shapefile and select, and I can either choose the different components of a shapefile, or I can choose the zipped file that contains all these components, and then I click open. And because I already have it, I can always just change one of the letters and click upload, and then as you can see here, this icon rotating, which means that it's loading. So once it's finished, you should have an item here called Cairo Downtown 1. This is the previous Cairo Downtown that I've uploaded before. Once you have it, you can always import it into your script, or you can import it using the script itself. Yeah, so now if I refresh, you're going to see that we have Cairo Downtown 1. Okay, so let's go back to the presentation. The second step is to load your Google Buildings layer into your zone of interest in Google Earth Engine using JavaScript. So we have to write a JavaScript code that loads Google's Open Buildings collection layer into the GEE, into Google Earth Engine view, using the following steps. First, we import our area of interest polygon. Second, we import the collection, the Open Buildings collection. And then third, we select and categorize the buildings based on confidence level. Now, confidence level is a measure of how confident the software is that it captured the actual footprint of the building. And then fourth, we symbolize the buildings to categories, to the categories that we mentioned. And fifth, finally, we add the buildings layer to the map. These are the two steps here. So first, from 1 to 7, we are actually Open Buildings feature class, OBFC. I called it OBFC. And then I captured the collection of the open buildings. And then the second line is the downtown dataset. And this was captured from the assets. It's called downtown. I can always call it downtown 1 if I wanted to grab the newest polygons that I digitized. But here, because I digitized it before, it's downtown. And then I'm going to identify an area of interest which is bound, which is actually using the downtown polygon to filter the collection of open buildings only to the boundaries of the polygon. So now I'm actually filtering the collection by the polygons that I downloaded. And then here we are creating 3 variables based on the confidence level. Confidence being an attribute in the Open Buildings data set. So we are categorizing them to between 0.65 to 0.70 and 0.70 to 0.75 and greater than 0.75, which is the highest confidence level of building footprints. And then we are adding different colors to different confidence level. So we are adding red to the lowest category, yellow to the middle category, and green to the highest confidence level building footprints. And the next step is to zoom to that object downtown, and we are choosing a zoom level 14, and we are setting the background to a road map. Let's do that. So here we have a blank slate, a blank script. We are going to take the first step, which is the loading of the downtown boundaries and the feature collection. So first, the feature collection, we called it Open Buildings FC. And the second is grabbing the downtown polygon. Let's put one here to grab the one that we just uploaded together. And then we are identifying an area of interest by filtering the buildings to the downtown polygon. So this is the first step. I find it as a good practice to just run each segment of the code to ensure that there are no mistakes, no bugs. And then we want to symbolize the building dataset, the open buildings dataset. So I'm going to create the next set of lines. So we have, first we categorize them by confidence level, and then we add colors to different confidence level, different categories, and then we set the zoom level and we set the background map. If I click run, now the red ones start to appear, and then the yellow, and then the green. These are the buildings. Of course, instead of road map, I can always say satellite. Okay, run again. Okay, so this is how you display the data. Now back to the presentation. The third step is to download the Open Buildings layer into Google Drive folder in KMZ format. Now we have to make sure first that we have enough space on the Google Drive. Now here I'm talking if we are working with large data sets, because in our case it's just a small data set. And then we write JavaScript code to export our Open Buildings layer to the designated folder on our Google Drive. And this is the segment of the code that does this. So we export table, again table being vector data, to Drive. The collection is called AOI, the description is called Open Buildings Downtown, and the file format is KMZ. Now here I'm also designating a folder, Google Earth Engine. So let's do that. Now this is my Google Earth Engine folder, it's empty. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the code segment here to the end of the script. Now when I run, it's going to say, you want to run open building downtown? I'm going to say yes. And as you can see here, there are many formats which shows KMZ. I'm going to click run. It's going to start converting the filtered open buildings dataset into a KMZ file on the Google Drive. It's finished. Now you can see in the Google Earth Engine folder, I have something called Open Building Dataset. Now let's go back to the presentation. Now the next step is to download the file locally. So I'm going to click here, download, and now it's being downloaded. And then we load the KMZ file into QGIS. Here it's downloaded. So let's just open it. So now we have our buildings downloaded. The last step is to convert into GeoPackage or shapefile. So we can just click, right click, export, save features as, and then now we have our shapefile for Cairo downtown buildings. So I believe it's a nice tool, especially in data poor situations, to have the buildings of your study area. Obviously, you can do a lot with it. You can add attributes such as land use or building heights or building conditions and use them in planning, or even if you are working on an architectural project and you want to have the context around your architectural project. So in this video, we went through 6 steps to come up with the building footprints of an area. We started off with Google Earth Engine and we ended with QGIS. I hope the video was useful to you, and see you next time. Thank you.